to many others who are my neighbors now. Yeah. If they delivered to me, they can and to many others who are my neighbors now. Yeah, they can also deliver to anyone else. Yeah. Yes.
Hodi.
Yes, karibu. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Wow.
Hi. Wow.
Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
We are
Thank you for coming.
Asante.
Wow.
Yes.
So grateful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Anne,
Yes.
tuambie sasa the journey to owning a home. How has it been?
Wow. The journey to owning my home.
Yes.
It was a journey, but my journey with Williston Homes, it was good. Okay, it was a bit long, but all through, I cannot complain because by the end of it all, I owned a house.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can say, I was happy all through.
Yes.
Okay, hawezi ukakosa here and there, but despite all that, I owned a home, and this is what I always wanted. My home is good.
Yes.
I have no complaint. I have no complaint about my house. And so the journey with Williston, it was good.
The area.
It's so good. It is so peaceful. Yeah, we have neighbors.
Yes.
You know, there was a time, you know, I was almost the first few people who came here. And at times I was lonely. But as now they they started coming.
You're welcoming them now.
I welcome them. Yeah. And it's a good place. It is peaceful. Yeah. Yes.
What would you tell other people who are looking forward to owning a home with Williston Homes? How would you advise them?
Me, I would tell them not to doubt Williston Homes because to me they deliver. As long as within that journey, you do what is yours and then they do what is theirs. Yeah, that is the best thing. Yeah. And so my journey was like that. I give them what it's mine, what I need to give, and they do what they need to do. And that is all how the journey was. And by the end of it all, I got my house.
We decided to visit you,
okay,
to appreciate you, considering you are the first client to enter the Guardian house.
Yeah.
Out of the people of them, you are the first one.
Yeah.
So out of that, we will give you that honor of being the first investor to buy the units at Guardian. So we are great and also glad that you are able now to tell others what it was like, what it is like, and most important, to hear that you are happy that you are now home.
Yeah.
We always tell people that you are home with Williston Homes. Now you are that testimony. Anne is home.
Yeah.
Williston Homes.
Yes.
So we are very happy and we are grateful.
Yeah.
So Tukasema we come with a little gift for you.
Wow.
So that now you know home is where you feel welcome.
Yeah.
Home is where you eat. Home is where you relax.
Yes.
Home is where you feel out there is nowhere else than home.
Yeah.
So we are happy that you are feeling you are home.
It is home. It is home. And I this is a testimony. It's a testimony that it is a home, as you can see it. And I am a witness that Williston delivers. And like you always say, bila maneno mingi, Williston is home.
Williston is home, and that's it. Kabisa, exactly. Thank you very much. Bila maneno mingi, Williston is home. Na tunashukuru sana. And we will always continue telling our people the truth. The truth, the truth, the truth, and it will set you free. Bwana Kenya Jui, karibu sana. Nimekushukuru sana kwa sababu ya kuja. And thank you very much for coming. Najua Kenya mnaendelea vizuri. Sijui, how are you? How are you? How are you? Uko Kenya mko aje?
Fine, Bwana Jeremy. Tuko salama kabisa. No turatindika. Maundu no mega. Ona gwa kiritu hari. Ngai no aragiturathima na mbura. Na tugacokeria ngatho muno kuma kwirigana na mbere muno ngeithi eroreri aitu othe haria hothe maruma na njuge
maybe leo tunaweza badilisha, we speak Swahili and English probably labda. I've seen a lot of people here in the US telling me, I mean, I'll tell you Kenya Njui, Other communities are liking you, man. I don't know why. I've had a lot of people telling me this guy, I think he looks genuine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
So
much.
tuendelee na hii lugha everybody can understand. Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate so much. First and foremost, for this particular opportunity yenye umenipea, na for all our clients, wherever it is that they are watching us from, I take this moment and time to be very humble before them, more particularly for the prayers they have played on behalf of this particular company, and also the prayer they have played for our excellence, in this particular business. Like I've always said, it hasn't been easy doing business at these particular times here in Kenya. But again, it is what it is. We have a responsibility, all of us together, na lazima tupatie Wakenya wetu mahali pa kuita nyumbani. Wote wenye wanaishi humu ndani ya the country na wenye pia wako kutafuta riziki huko nje, na niwashukuru sana. Actually nasemanga wao ndo Wilson si sisi, wao ndo Wilson, kwa sababu bila wao hatungekuwa, na bila support yao haswa kwa kutupatia that financial muscle to support the business, then hatungekuwa mahali tumefika leo hii, miaka 9 tukihesabu. Na I always say this with a lot of pride, because having a company that has operated 9 years now, it's not easy. We all know there are so many handles that comes along the way, but again, I always pray God has been very faithful. We keep on playing each and every day. We have very supportive staff, and most importantly, even the people who love us genuinely, and even those who criticize us, we always pray. At least at times they see the good thing that the company has done. We've turned so many people into home owners today in the statistics of Kenya. And when we say healing one home at a time, this is what it means. We started small with one project. Right now we are at 19 projects and still counting. Next month we'll be rolling out our 20th and 21st projects. And I always say this is a beautiful year for all of us. If you don't have a home out there, this is the right time. Home ownership comes with a lot of benefits, and I've said this couple of times repeatedly. Basically, because one particular thing is we have a responsibility, all of us together. I've unveiled myself to take this venture into a bigger space. We have also devoted our energy and resources into making this a reality to so many people out there, and most particularly those who even started with the minimum resources they have, and today they are homeowners. Those who never believed they could own a home, today they are homeowners. Those who even thought of investing back at home, our diaspora brothers and sisters, today they call here home, courtesy of Wilson Homes. The story is wrong, and we can give it until tomorrow. So asante sana, and also you, Jeremy, for airing our work, what it is that we do back here at home, and most importantly, talking to diasporian when they are losing faith, confidence, you're there. When they see like things are not working out, you're always there for us. And both ways, because it is you who represent us, and you also represent the people out there. And I always appreciate the good deeds that you do to us, and Mungu akubariki sana tena sana.
Thank you, Kenyanjui. Thank you very much. And today we are talking about affordable bungalows along Thika Road. You have done a couple
Absolutely.
of them. And today I sent my guy anaitwa Ben. Ben is my good friend. Most of the time ndiye ninamtumanga huko kwa ground. Na leo hii nimemtuma kwa ground anichukulie videos za Williston Homes, because sometimes we have talked about Williston Homes for quite some time. Tunaambia watu hawa watu wana deliver. There is a friend of mine from UK. I think I send you her message. Alisema alikuwa amewekeza huko upande wa Mana Annex. Really? Na akasema really? You guys need to refund her 7 million. I don't know how far you are with that. Na saa zingine ananibebeshaga mzigo, ananiambia ati ni mimi aliwekelea kwa sababu yangu. So I mean, and of course I can't run away from it, because that is the truth. Mmefikisha wapi na yeye huyo madam? Sitaki kumtaja jina but ni wa
I
UK.
followed
Amesema
up
alikuwa
that
mzuri wa
case. I followed up that case. Nili follow your case. Now, actually, the refund was rated to be last month on April, but it rolled up to this May, and that case is a priority to me. I even had sat down previously with the husband around December. The husband popped in. Actually, I remember very well. Aliingia wakati tunafunga for Christmas holidays, and we had a very candid conversation. And like I've always said, mimi sijaichukua pesa ya mtu kwa njia yenye haifai. And whatever the cases of refund, I know we have reduced quite a number of them in a bigger way. We started when the book was a little bit bigger, but right now I can tell you confidently that process is still undergoing. And for those who are still on the queue of receiving funds, that will happen irrespective of everything.
Asante sana. Hiyo video nimeweka pale tukianza hii video. I think the client mwenye kwa hiyo nyumba, nimesikia kitu amesema, and that's why I actually started with that video. Alisema the journey has been long, but right now I'm satisfied. I have no complaints. Nimepata nyumba yangu na you could have seen. Ama wewe kama ulikuwa una watch video, ungeona huyo mama ni mama amerelax kwake, amefurahia. Kama ni mzazi alijengewa nyumba, amefurahia. Na labda pia yeye alisikia tu story hii Kinyajui hapeani, and that is why I sent my guy huko kwa field yako leo, because I wanted him to bring me the current situation. Saa hizi kunanyesha huko Kenya. Nimeona watu wengi sana wakisema saa hizi watu hawaongelelei kuhusu manyumba, hawaongelelei kuhusu mashamba, labda zile estate watu wanauziwa zinakuwa flooded. Sasa hii ni Kenyatta Road, then that we sold to you 9 million hizi mansions. Watu wanaishi right now as we speak, it is 20 million plus. This house you see here. Kuna na hii Kenya juu
20.5.
Hii si watu wako wamechukua video. Hii ni mimi na mtu yangu nimetuma leo anichukulie hii video. Nikamwambia, you know what I want to see. And actually that is what I'm showing our people. Because I want that one person who is here in diaspora. Anakaanga, anasikia Inoro, anasikia Kameme, wamefungua mdomo, wamesema Kenyajui hapeani. I want you to see for yourself. This is not AI. Na adwaito mutikanende liyoguoya. I will always tell our people, mutu asikuja abie huyu jamaa hapeani. I remember the same estate I'm showing you. There was a guy in Texas who had bought 3 houses. Aka withdraw. Now I went again Texas just to tell him pole, because he couldn't believe that the same houses were already built and na alikuwa ameuziwa uoga. Ama sio hivyo Kenyanjui?
Ni ukweli. Very true, very true. What they are seeing here is what they are seeing here is Windsor Annex 2. Right. Windsor Annex 2, it's an estate of Maisonette, all Maisonette. There were 18 Maisonette in total. I'll say they are almost 90% occupied. Like you can see, most of the homes has cars, so automatically kuna life huko particularly. This maybe I give a brief layout of the Maisonettes. One, our Maisonettes are usually 4-bedroom. Ziko na servant quarter. Na each Maisonette is seated on a 50 by 100. We do this because again, we sell to families, and one consideration factor of a family is space factor. We also want to create a very good environment that harmonizes each and everything that people might project at that particular point. So Wilston is about accommodation, Wilston is about professionalism, and Wilston definitely is here to stay. People, don't be scared of people maligning things that are neither here nor there. Houses cannot be hidden. That is a phrase we always repeat each and every time. Houses cannot be hidden, and they are there to be seen. This is Kenyatta Road. Kenyatta Road is around Thika Road, exit 14, just slightly less than 4 kilometers from Thika Super High. And here we have created a village, Jeremy. Total population of houses or housing projects we've done here in Kenyatta Road is over 500 houses. So that would mean we have settled more than 500 families in Kenyatta Road at this particular time. So if people say we don't build, I wonder, have they gone on ground? Have they visited either of our projects? And have they even come to witness particularly whatever it is that Wilston is doing? Because anybody can say anything. But at the end of the day, justification factor of the ground perspective is what we feel. The houses with the lead roof, hiyo ni inaitwa ridgefront gardens. Ridgefront gardens had a total of 38 houses. It is actually the first estate you see as you're coming in at the Wilston Drive, which is in Kenyatta Road. And these are houses that are well thought of, engineers on play and everything to where it is supposed to be. So I always say this is where we call home. This has been home for us for the last 5 years, and we continue to impacting this particular sector in a bigger way. Kama uko hapo hauna nyumba, nashangaa kwa nini? You know, we are here. We have better payment plan for our houses. We give up to maximum of 18 months. Prices are very considerative. Actually, Jeremy, for your information, nasemanga tunauza hizi nyumba kama buffet. You know, we sell to you a complete structure, one or even an ongoing construction concept. Why? Because we understand people are abled differently. And the fact that people are able differently, it means that everybody can afford something at a particular time frame and well set of a program that will enable them be what it is that we can manage.
Thank you, Kenyajui. Now, well, and of course, my people, my family in diaspora, most of the time I talk to the people who live in there in the diaspora because God has enabled me kutembea hapa na pale na waonyesha. Sometimes people will say, I'm only showing you the units zenye zimemalizika, the units zenye zimeisha, the units zenye watu wanakaa, siwaonyeshi zenye hazijajengwa. And that's the problem because when I show you now what has been built, then again wanasema zenye hazijajengwa. Ukienda kuonyesha zenye hazijajengwa, then wanasema sijui story gani. And that is why I want us to walk with you because now easiest zote unaona hapa. We are talking about the 20th handover, 21st and 20th handover coming hand in hand very soon. Na hizi nyumba as you know, adwaitwa diaspora wale wananifuata kabisa. Hizi nyumba zilikuwa zinauzwa 9 million 6 million. Now today we are talking about 20 something million, which Kenyajui will talk about. Kuna hii estate ambayo hapa ni I remember there was a guy who called me kuna hii estate ya Maisonette mnajenga hapo Kenyatta Road yenye ilikuwa tu ndio face ya mwisho. Inaitwa aje Kenyajui?
Abadea.
So Abadea kuna mtu aliniambia yeye amenunua Abadea, hamjamaliza, hamjajenga. So where are we now in Abadea? And I think I have that video.
Abadea ndio iko hapo ina show. There's a video that is rolling out there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming.
Hizi watu wanaishi hapa. Hii ni ya zile
hizi zote watu wanaishi.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Unakumbuka nyumba a certain particular case where a lady was complaining haijaoshwa ni hii.
Yes.
I
remember.
Kwa entrance.
Yule wa UK, sister wa mwenye nyumba ako UK lakini huyo hakuwa hata
mwenye nyumba ako UK but mwenye anapiga makelele ndio sio mwenye nyumba. But either way, we could get used to this.
He estate you see here. There is a guy ambaye sijui alikuwa state gani pia alikuwa ananipigia makelele sana ananiambia hii nyumba.
Hii ndio pia mobi yako.
Mobi tushakutana naye huko by the way. Mobi tushakutana naye huko. Lakini kuna mzee sikumbuki alikuwa anaitwa Samalam, alikuwa anaitwa namna gani, alikuwa anasema hizi nyumba hazijengwi. Nimeenda huko nimekuta ni mitalo tu. Sasa kuna huyu my friend wangu ako Oregon anaitwa Betty. Saa hizi nasikia kwa Kenya anakaa hapa na auntie yake. I mean, I'm so happy when I see a completed nikiona estate imeisha, you don't know how much I feel. You know how much I mean, I don't even know how to express it. And nafurahia sana. Sasa zile nyumba ambazo hazijajengwa, cause sasa hizo ndizo zinakuanga na tabu mingi sana. Watu wanasema Kenyajui amekaa sana, Kenyajui hamalizi nyumba. So I want you to tell me, why do you take, ukiambia client ni 2 years, kwa nini inaenda beyond 2 years? Let's start from that point.
Two things. Wilston model of construction. Acha nianze hapo ndo watu waweze kuelewa kidogo. Wilston model of construction inakuaga right from the beginning. Wilston goes and buys land. Wilston ikishanunua shamba ina subdivide your shamba as per the architectural drawings. So when we subdivide that land as per the placement of the houses, then at that particular point is where now we sell the concept. Our concept is built to own, you know. Hatuuzagi most of the time, isipokuwa ni saa hizi kutakuwa na nyumba moja mbili zenye ziko ready. Most of the time we build with clients right from the inception. When a client comes in, a client will either pay a deposit, which is for a bagger of 3 million and for a maisonette 5 million, or alternatively do a reservation. What does that mean? A reservation factor is whereby, one, you place a very substantial amount of money, like 100,000, 200,000, or below any money below 500,000. That is where the commitment starts. A lot of the time, between 100,000 commitment to 3 million, or between 100 commitment to 5 million, quite a number of people will come in, but sensibly, not many will get to the threshold within the agreed duration of time. So, what does that happen? What now orchestrates the next course of action? Remember, our houses, hatuuziangi watu wote matajiri. And I have said this time and time again, I don't sell to people with most monies out here. I sell to people who are like me and like you as well. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we are helping each other. I want to be in business much as in I want you to own a home. So at that particular point, we delay a bit, learning people to come up with the deposit to the threshold. You know, by the time we get to the threshold, that is where now the project will kickstart the construction cycle. Remember, by contract, to may agree na mtu, for instance, you're supposed to pay us a certain particular amount of money per month, duration of 18 months. Now, back to the we know that is paperwork. Reality on the ground is quite different from the paperwork factor. Remember, our installment are interest free. So meaning, even if you default or you pay at a later date than agreed date, we don't charge you interest. And I think that is where we went wrong in framing the business perspective per se. But again, I feel we never went wrong. I feel we accommodated people with their weaknesses and with their strengths at the same equivalent time. Because at the end of the day, my objective is not to just tell to people who can afford. I want somebody to try and trust his confidence and faith and trust that they can walk the journey together up to the completion. So most of the time, delays are orchestrated by two things. One, delay in payment. Two, a failure to remit payments. Because when you have a project, for instance, the project that is on the screen, which is Elgon and Lenana, the total project value was almost 800 million particularly. So meaning, if the total was 800 million, so we expect around 72 people to raise that 800 million within a duration of 12 to 18 months. In most realistic situations, most people are not able to pay faithfully. And actually, I'll give a percentage for this case. Over 65% are not able to pay installment faithfully as per the agreement stipulates. That one is on record because we keep on discussing with them about this late payment thing on our daily usual clinics each and every Saturday. So projects delay tentatively because of late payment, or alternatively failure to remit payment. You find a client goes with up to 30, 60, 90 days without having remitted a payment. I know most people will revert and say, but there's a contract. But again, remember, much as in there's a contract, I'm also sympathetic to the fact that at the end of the day, I just don't want to end up with an inventory that I only want certain particular class of people to come and purchase the houses from us. We also want to create stories. You know, Jeremy, during our handovers, you've seen time and time again, people say, I never believed I could own this particular house. But I thank God today, I own it, and I'm very grateful to God that I was able to even pay it to the completion. But when they say that, they also fail to say that it took me almost 2.5 years to having limited the total amount of money that was supposed to be limited. So for a matter of fact, Jeremy, it's not that the company likes delaying the project, but particularly we have also our data in that we cannot wash it in the public by saying clients are not limiting money, we are financially drained. Those are in-house things that we have to meet with them, and thank God nowadays we have a forum. These clinics that we attend each and every Saturday, those are the matters we discuss there, so that we also, we have agreed to be reliable. We have also agreed to have some checks and balances at the end of the day, so that clients now we are able to give them a full report. You guys have paid X amount of money, we have done Y. So who is above the other in terms of responsibility? So at that particular point, they are also able to reason with us. And again, last 6-7 months or so, most clients have also realized that our engagement and our way of doing business is not just out of a paperwork strategy. It is more on the practical sense of it, whereby you get a certain percentage of money, but the biggest amount of money is outside there. So the question of when the money will come to our end as Wilston Homes, that is usually the challenging factor, because you will find all sorts of excuses that clients will have, which some are very genuine, because if somebody is ailing from a certain particular ailment, there's to a certain extent that you can't push them. But again, then if you find, because I've also gotten these cases, you find somebody have been retrenched and do not want to let go the house, then you are left back now to sit back again, re-strategize again with the client. And even some of the cases, we have even restructured their payment plan so that we try to accommodate as many people as possible.
Okay. Thank you, Bwana Egidio. At least you may explain vizuri. And sometimes I always ask myself, who do we owe this explanation? Ni client ama ni watazamaji? You know, sometimes I always ask myself, every time I come here and try to tell them, hey, you know what, Kenyaju is doing this, Kenyaju is doing that. I mean, I really don't understand, because most of the clients that I've met, apart from 1, 2, 3 there, here and there, kama mwingine huyo nilikuwa nakwambia alikuwa amesema yeye atakuja yeye mwenyewe na atakuweka uko na pesa yake, and I say okay, talk to Kenyajui, wacha. Nilimwambia I wish you all the best, akasema nimemwambia hatarudishiwa. but I always
Jeremy, Jeremy, the most people who fight us are not the clients. The most people who fight us are people who never won bought from us, people who have never stepped to any of our projects, or people who do not understand our model of operation in terms of business. You know, Jeremy, not any given point do we charge this particular property to the banks. You know, if I was to go to a bank, a local bank here like Equity, tell them I have a project of 1 billion, kindly give me this 1 billion, let's negotiate about the interest factor, and then come back and build and sell them when they are ready. I will tell you, so many people will not afford it. Why? Because one, they will buy the property and also pay for the interest factor, because I'm a business person. I'm a businessman, and much as in I'm also trying to help people own homes, I also need to earn an income out of the business that I'm doing. So at the end of the day, value for money at a later date will be much more. A house that we are selling right now at 13.8 will be selling at 16, 17 million, God knows, you know, because at the end of the day, the money that I borrowed somewhere, I have to return that money at an extra cost of another percentage out of something that I had not intentionally done. But again, I have a couple of times given a narration. This business of ours is more or less of a chama, you know, ni kama zile chama mama zetu wanakuanga. Na shida nikisema hivi. Why? Because we grew from families whereby ulikuwa unaambiwa shika hii 200 pelekea mama fulani, shika hii 500 pelekea mama fulani, and then at the end of the month or 2 months or even a quarter, mnapata mumeletewa tanki ya maji. Ikienda kena tana kidogo unapata mumeletewa sahani ya kauro, you know, ukienda kidogo umepata umeletewa vikombe. my pride was during December. Mkienda kidogo mnajua kutoka tarehe 10 to tarehe 15 kuna bundles za ugayagano itakuja nyumbani. You know, that is how our parents survived. You know, but right now in this modern time, life is different. You know, the housing program is more or less of that. But again, hii ni chama imeomoka. Hii chama imeomoka kidogo sababu watu wenye wako kwa hii chama wameomoka. So we are discussing about millions. So it is today, leo Tuesday, Mama Wambui atoe, kesho Moses atoe, kesho kutwa Mama Wambu atoe, the next part Mama Charity atoe. You know, it's all total sort of a collaborative approach that will now tentatively give somebody a leeway to own a home.
Thank you, Bwana Egidio. Now, let's come back to this because leo nilikuwa nataka tu tusikize because I know many people here in diaspora are not much interested now with the plots, like nataka ploti, because most of them I know they have plots. But I've talked to so many of them, they want to have homes. They want to have houses that can give them income, nyumba zinazowapatia pesa. And again, some of these people just came to the diaspora recently. I mean, si wote wamekaa hapa miaka mingi. Mwingine ndiye ameingia America last year, mwingine ndiye ameingia last month. Na hawa watu ndio ninakuwaga na haja na wao sana because some of the people wenye wako hapa America miaka mingi, tuseme like from 30 years and 25 plus, wenye hawana chochote nyumbani, hawana nyumba, hawana pahali hapa kukibomoka wataenda kulala kwa masista zao, kwa maaniko zao, ni kwa sababu hakukuwa na medium ya kuambia ukweli. Hakukuwa na mtu angekuja hapa waambie leo kuko hivi, Kenyajui akianikwa leo, mimi naingia ndege na kuja Kenya na kuuliza Kenyajui, why, what is this? Kwa nini unanyang'anya watu wewe? Hakukuwa mtu ako committed kuambia hii maneno. And that is why now you see some of these people try to fight us because they know now the truth is here. Na unakuta hawa kitabo ndio wanauzia hawa wadogo uoga, wanaambia wewe usiwekelee hapo utanyaganywa. Tareka inde muri ando itu. The only reason I've invited Kenyajui here, it is because these houses you are seeing here, if you came to America 2 years ago, probably raising 10 million is in diaspora is not a joke. Kenyajui, you have been in the US.
I know.
I know you know it's not a joke to raise even that 1 million. Kenya at least unaweza tembea hivyo ukutane na mtu akugoge gudi ya tubu akupatie milioni kadhaa. Yaani hakuna mtu atakuuliza umetoa wapi. But over here is totally different. When you are earning that money you have to explain imetoka wapi. And most of the time we get this money through our brand. Tunauza damu yetu pesa hapa. So now because now you cannot be able to get a loan. Hata watu wa Kenya wakiangalia income yako wanaona you don't qualify for a loan. Now Kenyajui is another better medium. Anaweza muambia Kenyajui, hizi nyumba naona Jeremy anauza kama hizi ziko hapa, ziko karibu kupewa na handover. Niwacha nichukue, niko na 1,300, niko na 1,500, niwekelee. Kenyajui sio bank ati atakupatia na interest. Kama amekuuzia nyumba 12 million, vitu zikipanda bei, hakuna mtu nimesikia umepandishia bei.
Hapana.
Ile watu nimesikia umenyaganya nyumba ni wale wamekataa kulipa, kwa sababu you cannot give 6 million and then you relax wait the house to be built. Nani atakujengea nyumba wewe? Hakuna. If you agreed to be paying 300,000 not unless you are sick ama kuna kitu imetokea na huwezi lipa tena, then that one you can talk with Kenyajui. And I've had some clients doing the same. So hii inakuwa ni idea ya kukusaidia wewe ambao umeingia Dubai last year, umeingia Japan, umeingia China. Kenyajui anakuja na ujia mzuri anakuambia chukua hii nyumba nitakujengea na miaka 2. Na ndio unasikia akisema watu wengi wanazaga na faith saa zingine miaka 2 inaisha hajamaliza kujenga nyumba, lakini bado nyumba ni yako because this house is not going inarudisha pesa chini kweli ama unauzaje? Na how much are you selling these units?
These ones Bungalows I'm selling them at 13.85 right now. 13.85 why? One, it is a 3-bedroom bungalow with a servant's quarter seated on a 50 by 100. Over and above that, it is in a gated community. So there are some other social amenities that comes with gated community. Right now, you will bear me witness, Jeremy, tumetembea na wewe US mara mingi sana. Na tumeenda hadi Spokane, umepatana na client alinunua, sahii ni Rad Road. tumepatana na watu Seattle walinunua, wamekoboresha manyumba zao. Nasemaga si lazima hata uishi. I have a bigger market for you. You know, we have sat down, we have analyzed the market. Most of our estate in a very high demand estate at this particular point. Jeremy, there's something that we were talking with someone the other day in Kenyatta Road. Kenyatta Road right now ukienda, zile magari unapatana nazo ni magari za kifahari sana. Meaning, watu wenye wanaishi huko si watu wa kujaribu, ni watu already wanajua Kenya wanafanya. And you know, to some extent I felt like my people were going off guard to keep on posting, we have rentals. And I felt like by being a business person like that I am, I felt like I should even put a guideline factor of telling them they should not do that job. But again, I came to realize there are clients who've bought from us, who client hana mtu hata anajua huku Kenya, anaweza mwambia enda kwangu nikoboreshe hiyo nyumba and then draw a contract on my behalf and give them these particular payment terms. That is what I'm for. Right now, a bungalow in Kenyatta Road is renting at 75,000 Kenya shillings. A mansionette at Kenyatta Road is renting at 120,000 Kenya shillings. You know, these people, I've seen so many people come there on a rental basis. But again, after 3-4 months, mtu anaona, hey, I think mimi siwezi mchukua mjiga wa kukoboa tu, acha hata mimi nishike yangu nilipage polepole. So we've also have a turnover of tenants who have become house owners. And that is inspiring for us, because at the end of the day, you know, like you've said, huyo mtu alienda diaspora, and nasemaga, I've been there. I know how difficult life is on that other side. But again, much as it is difficult, a small sacrifice would help you. One day, you never know. Things might be good and you feel like you want to return back at home. Things also might go to the south at some point and you feel like you want to come back at home. But what will you find at home? People you left at home, washa mea kiuchumi, you know, wao watu washapata mali zao. Ukirudi huku utakuwa unafeel kama you are just a disgrace to the society. But again, I've said, all what we got, or what we've gotten, it's things that we dared and sacrificed for. And Wilston have a structure. We tell you, come whichever way you are. We have a duration. Can we agree on this particular duration? But at the same time, vizi vitu hazirudi nyuma, bei pia hairudi nyuma. Things are getting expensive each and every day. So if you keep on waiting that at a certain particular point you get a lot of money and come invest, that will never happen. I always say the only thing you need as an investor is the discipline factor. We have a structure, come with your discipline factor, so that when we team up, Wilston plus you, we are able to give you a home, or alternatively, not just a home, but an investment. In my database, I have so many people who bought properties for their parents. I have so many people who have bought properties for their kids. I have so many people who have even bought so many properties for themselves. Because at the end of the day, watu wengi wa diaspora nimeongea na wao, tumehave a conversation na wao. Kila mtu ananiambiaga, mimi nimebakisha miaka 5, one way ticket nyumbani. And I keep on asking them, okay, one way ticket, the hustles za huku Kenya, I can bear witness, they are not the same hustles za the first world countries like US, UK, China, and any other country. And all those places we have clients. But again, I always say, hustle ukikuja huku Kenya, utakuwa kama mtoto amepelekwa mahali hawezi kujijumpstart aende level ingine. So at this particular point, the best thing and the best justice you can do to yourself is have an investment. You know, a house investment is something that we should pride in at this current time, at this particular venture. I'll give you a good example. When we first landed at Kenyatta Road, Brookview Estate. Brookview was a prestige estate of a total of 44 homes or 44 houses. Brookview Estate first price we sold in the market was 5.25. A stone throw away from Brookview, which is Elgon and Lenana, today it's selling at 13.85. Same property, same area, same location. The only difference is the time factor. And I will say this with a lot of authority. people in Brookview might say they never got anything, but right now I know, because we meet with them, we talk and we joke about so many other things. One thing they are very confident with, you tell them niuzie hii nyumba yako. You know, Jeremy, surprisingly, I'll tell you one factor that is very straight. Watu wengi walinunua Brookview, ukweli ya roho ya Mungu hawakuwa wanakuja kukaa huko. Everybody was saying no, mimi najinunua for speculation purposes. Nitainunua alafu ikikaa miaka 2-3 niuze. But at the moment we finished those houses, majority of them moved in. Over 50%, around 50-60% moved in. 40% of Brookview is rad roads. There's a good friend of mine in Seattle, anaitwa Margaret. She's an investor there. Margaret can tell you, she negotiated the price to around 5.1, and I'm proud to say this because me and her have a long time standing friendship from way back. And today she tells me if there's anything that I gotten, and I'm very proud of you, is the value proposition. I'll say again, hizi nyumba bei haitaanguka, bei haitapungua. But most importantly is, how are you securing your tomorrow? How are you securing your future? How are you securing about your uncertainty? Uncertainty is things that we cannot control. Corona came. Corona taught us good lessons. And everybody who never learned from Corona, I don't know what is left for them to learn for anything. Because we realized even jobs can be shaken. You know, we realized the only thing that cannot be shaken is an investment that can stand a test of time, like real estate. And that particular time, kuna mzee mmoja nikimaliza na aliniambia, mimi najegaga nyumba sababu nyumba hakuna mtu atakwambia kulikuwa na kiangazi sitakulipa rent. Hakuna mtu atakwambia kulinyesha sana kukafrad sitalipa rent. Hakuna mtu atakwambia policies are bad sitalipa rent. With a house as an investment, more so on a rental basis, at this particular moment of time, that is the best investment you can have to yourself and even for your family. Lastly, Jeremy, juzi tumekaa chini na mzee fulani anajegaga rentals. Hizi nyumba za magorofa. Akaniambia one of my house ni kuijega ishe, it cost me around 60 to 80 million depending na ile finishing amefanya. Nikamwambia with 80 million you have 6 or 7 homes in my place. Hii nyumba ya 80 million, it takes you 80 million, but again rental income is around 300, 500, ikienda sana 600,000. And I asked him, can I show you a more decent? Hizi nyumba za rental lazima uweke caretaker hapo, lazima uweke repairs now and then, repairs now and then. And I told him, I have a better plan. Can we sit down and do mathematics a bit? Nikamwambia, when you come and buy a bungalow in my place, I'll sell, if you're buying 8 bungalows, I'll sell to you at 13 million, for instance. 8 divided by 13 million, that is tentatively around 7 houses, ikienda sana 8 houses. 8 houses, moja nyumba moja ni around 70, tuseme hata ni 70,000. How much is that, Jeremy? That is, hii hata nitakufanyia. 8 houses multiplied by 70,000. That is 560. Hii 560 haujaweka caretaker. Hii 560 hakuna major repairs or minor repairs that are unnecessary. Why? When you let a family or you lease to a family a bungalow, your family inakujaga na a sense of responsibility. So they take care of that particular house like it is their own. So at the end of the day, huyo mzee rafiki yangu sana, sitamtaja jina, aliniambia, moving forward, I will never build another house. I'll be buying 2, 3, 4 hivyo zikuwe hadi mahali nitasikia zimenitosheka. Saizi as we speak, he has 6 units with us, and we always appreciate that particular factor. And that is why I'm challenging anybody else out there. We might look wealthy by having apartments in this beautiful Nairobi right left center, but the value proposition of a standalone bungalow, a standalone maisonette, is non-comparable to any other investment that you can think of, you know.
There we go, Kenyanjui. Asante sana. Hapo umeelezea vizuri, and of course watu wale wako na business mindset wataona hiyo na of course it's a good idea. Hata hapa matajiri wengi sana nimekuwa nikisikiza what they normally do. Unasikia mtu anasema nilinunua nyumba ya kwanza, I bought a second home, I bought another one. Ikauzwa nikatengeneza $90,000, ingine nikatengeneza 40, 50. At the end of the day huyo mtu anakuwa millionaire. So it's always good. The same thing. In Kenya hakuna wakati tutasikia nyumba zimerudi chini. Lakini hizi nyumba zinajengwa na serikali, hazitakuja kupiga sisi. Hizi nyumba ni, kuna mtu mmoja aliniona nikifanya video akaniambia siku hizi we are not buying from you. Sisi tunanunua kwa serikali.
I'll say everybody has a taste for everything. Naweza sema mimi serikali haijegi horizontal. Serikali inajua kuenda juu. There is no competition between the private sector with the government. Kitu ya kwanza, the government has specialized in the affordable housing sector na inafanya high rises in this across Kenya, as much as we read in the news and in the social media. Number two, I think the biggest competition ya serikali hata si Kenyanjui ni Mchina na the Somalis, because those ones are the people who are building Kilimani, Kirireshwa, Haringam, all those areas. But again, mimi I'm settling people from a certain particular comfort aspect, because Jeremy tukifika 60 years 70 years hautaniambia nipande 10th floor, sitaweza. Much as in kuna lift, kuna time hizo lift zina umeme, ikipotea lift na kuna backup generator inakuwa challenge. So I'm at my 80 age factor, kupanda 10th floor na 12th floor na even 20 something floor, ni kuniambia nilale hapo chini kwa lift nigoje hadi stima zirudi ndio nipande. So at the end of the day I'll say there's no competition in our sector as we measure more on standard loans, and there's a bigger market for that.
Thank you, sir.
Realistically speaking, there's a bigger market.
Tukimaliza, I'm trying to pull this video here because now this is the next handover. Hii yenye ninaonyesha hapa.
This is the next handover.
This is hii mnahitaji Kenyanjui. Hii ni estate gani?
Hii estate inaitwa Elgon Lenana. The Elgon iko on the next, Elgon iko next to Batian. Lenana iko next to Windsor Annex 2. So this two, it is two estate in one. Two estate meaning we have a total of 72 houses here in Elgon Lenana. And I'll say iko vast stages of completion. Like umeona some of the courts hadi kabro imewekwa. Some of there's a court that lag behind hapo yenye inapigwa roofing, and I was told I will give them 2 weeks to have completed on that. As we speak, hii estate kuna nyumba ziko na wardrobes, ziko na gypsum, ziko na cabinetry, there are houses that are at 90, much as in their houses that are at 60, 70. So we are on the haste to complete every other aspect of it, and I'll say this is one of the best pride that we'll go to a handover with. And like I always say, we will invite you, Jeremy, to come and mirror what it is that we are doing to those people in diaspora. For those that are about to move, to come over for the ceremony, we'll communicate the ceremony in advance, in good time, so that you're able to pay for your tickets to come back home. And I know that last time uliniuliza mutahandover siku gani, nikakwambia we are only left with one more clinic. I'll check on the schedule when the clinic is, na tukienda kwa hiyo clinic ndio investors wata decide siku ni gani, tarehe ni ngapi, na hapo itakuwa at the same time. But also a clarion call for everybody in Elgon Lenana. I think this is the time to pay up your balances to completion. Whichever amount you have, hata ikuwe ni 10,000, please purpose to pay to completion, because where we are headed to handover tumeinusa na tumeinusa. Jeremy, niko na unit 2 available huku zenye kuna watu ulemewa along the way. So I have 2 units that are in this particular project. So if anybody is willing to have a house in the next 1 month, akuje na 13.85, nitampea nyumba, na in the next 1 month atakuwa na nyumba na mahali anaita nyumbani. Over and above that, we also have some other bungalows elsewhere that can give them time to pay to completion. Payment ya hii estate yenye inaelekea completion, I cannot take anything more than 4 months, because with completion also, that is when we are also closing down the expenses of that particular estate. So it is right now, it is consuming a lot of money consecutively. So we need anybody who has the money factor to come and purchase from that particular project. But again, we also have some other ongoing projects that you can purchase from and get a longer duration of time that can help you manage your finances as per you would wish.
Thank you Bwana Kenyanjui. And well, I'll always tell people, hizi nyumba mnaona hapa tumezitangaza zikiwa Kahawa, now here they are, units ready to be handed over. Na itapeanwa tu nyumba hizi mkiambiwa na watu tu Kenyanjui ananyang'anyana. And I'll always tell you, yule mtu anakuambia Kenyanjui ananyang'anyana, yeye amenunua nyumba, ama kama hajanunua nyumba hajui ataweza kununua aje. So they are the first people to spread rumors huku kwa group zetu za WhatsApp hapa America. Ukienda huko Oregon unaona Kenyanjui akipigwa, huyo mtu ndiye wa kwanza kurusha. Si arushe hii kwanza, aseme estates zenye zimepeanwa, and then saizi kama saizi hawawezi rusha, saizi hawawezi sambaza waseme the handover is on the way coming. Hawawezi sema kuna nyumba karibu ya 200 zinapeanwa next few months to come, but you will always now focus on only one estate. Hii area yote ya Kenyatta Road, I'll tell you, a lot of houses have been handed over, and I'll tell you Kenyanjui asante sana. So if you just came to the US, if you live here, if you live in China, if you live in Japan, if you live wherever, and you are looking for a place you can invest, kama bado unaniona hapa kwa Williston Homes, I will tell you 100% invest. Nawe Kenyanjui, sasa hiyo mambo ya kukalisha watu ati sijui 3 years, 4 years, you got to pull up your socks. Some of these people you see here in diaspora, uanga motivated when you do something, because somebody cannot give you money. Mtu hawezi kupatia pesa leo, and after 3 months akuja kwa shamba yako, ama 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, akute tu mahali alikuacha ndio huko na unamdanganya unajenga. It is not possible. We agreed, if you are selling a house, huyo client amekupatia 2 million, umemwambia ni kuanza kazi, anza kazi, because haikuja akute umeweka mitaro kwake, umeanza kupandisha nyumba, and then again you need to now to stop doing the same system, sewer systems. Hizi watu naona ni kama wamegraduate sana. Hiyo inaitwa aje ile watu naona mtu anachiba ya kwake?
Biodigester, inaitwa biodigester.
So you need to sit down and do your own calculation. Useme sasa siku hizi hatutakuwa tukiweka mtu sana. Wewe nyumba yako ikiisha, choo yako iko tu hapo.
Biodigester mostly inafanywa kwa zile area hazina sewer system, because ukifanya biodigester sana una soak the ground so much, sababu hiyo maji nao itakaga kukinyesha kidogo, hiyo estate inaweza hadi flood, because at any given every time unaweza imagine watu 5 kwa nyumba moja na biodigester ni moja, so per day wana consume more than, if everybody consume more than 10 liters a day, actually 20 liters a day, na mko 5, meaning daily muna dispense over 1,000 liter, 100 to 1,000 liter per day. Remember, huo mtu anaoga, anaosha nguo, anakunywa, anapika, anatumia the other utilities. So hiyo ground at any given point inakuwaga ina receive maji daily. Ile siku kutanyesha mvua kubwa na ikue mchanga yako si compatible na kunywa maji the right way, you end up getting flooded at your own home. So areas zenye hazina sewer, we always recommend, even if you are doing biodigester, you come up with a recycling plant or recycling system whereby hiyo maji at times itarudishwa kwa estate, ipatie maji the greeneries aspect of it. So the estate we've done that previously, but Kenyatta Road and like Kenyatta Road, we have a very big treatment plant yenye iko huku Kenyatta Road, because kuna sewer, yes, but haijawahi commissioniwa, so it is not utilizable at this particular moment. What we have embarked on, we bought a system of over 20 million Kenya shillings that recycles water, treats and inaiachilia. Unaona, inarudi water yenye tumepewa hadi the NEMA certification ya ku sanctify the purityness of the water at that particular point. So I will say we've learned the hard way, Wilston Homes, and we've done these mistakes with time, and we also learned them big time. It is very costly to have some of these plants around, but at the end of the day, we are here to make sure everybody lives very comfortable in their home. Na hiyo ndio calling yetu.
Awesome. Thank you, Bwana Egidio. Nashukuru sana. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for coming. And of course, I'll keep telling our people, invest now. Don't wait tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be expensive. Kama umeona nyumba, talk to them. The number is right there, 0711 082011. You can call them and tell them you want a bungalow. Pale Thika Road, hapo chini mahali kunaitwa Mangu, near the Mangu High School, Zitech College, Zitech University hapo. They have very nice homes coming up there. Na hizo mnauza how much?
Hizo bado inaitwa the Mangu Groove tunaziuza 13.85. It's still the same bungalow that we are seeing here in Kenyatta Road, a 3-bedroom bungalow with a servant quarter seated on a 50 by 100. The most unique factor about Mangu is we brought lifestyle in Mangu. Lifestyle, what do I mean by lifestyle? We have a commercial center at the same place. We also have a swimming pool and a ground where kids can play. You know, we realized with time, these amenities are very important when you're bringing up your families. You know, I go to Kenyatta Road, I see quite a big crowd of kids playing everywhere. And that is my joy. So moving forward, we realized and we saw the essence of giving them a facility whereby they can celebrate and make sure that they get a good living when they are still occupying some of this particular estate. We also have Maisonette also available in Ruiru, particularly ukienda na njia ya Githunguri past Ruiru police station, just few meters hapo. We have Maisonette that are 4-bedroom kama hizi zenye tunaona hapa. They are going for 20.5. They are 4-bedroom with a servant quarter, each seated on a 50 by 100. A gated community with the amenities I've talked about: a swimming pool, a commercial center, and a playground for the kids, the basketball pitch. And over and above, we also have bungalows in Joska. Joska, why? That is where our landmark is. That is where our journey began. So Kagudo Road is very close to my heart. One, we also have bungalows there. We are saying if you want a bungalow at only 10 million, Joska tuko nayo, a 3-bedroom as well with a servant quarter, seated on a 50 by 100. And we also have some few flat roof bungalows hapo tunaziuza at 12.5. It's a very good area. Joska is one of the best developed town in the recent times, and I'll tell you, from Joska to Nairobi is just 20-30 minutes. From Kenyatta Road, from Mangu, there are people who are living up to Keno. They work in Nairobi but live in Kenos. Sleeps in Keno, works in Nairobi. So if you, I'll urge our people to consider, regardless of whatever it is. Yesterday, I received a very passionate call from one of my friends from the western side, and he told me one thing I appreciate is you guys have given us an opportunity to not just think home is where it is only the best, but you've given us an opportunity to own a piece of Nairobi in a better way. Our estates are very distinguished. You know, it's somewhere you can live and work in Nairobi, live and work elsewhere where you need to. And we have we have positioned our estate in different areas whereby they can be in a position to access all the movements that they want to access at any given point. And that is our pride. You know, that is what Wilston is built of, the integrity factor and also the professionalism when it comes to home ownership. And why not? Don't wait until you invest tomorrow. Invest today, because today matters. Right now, when you're making money, you are at your prime time. Do something sensible. Nilikuwa naambia watu kwa clinic, unajua ushaijiuliza guka yako kwa nini hakupata hata ka street mahali Kirinyaga Road, hakupata ka street mahali Wayakiwe, hakupata ka street mahali Hurlingham and the rest of Nairobi towns. You know, the same way, the same questions, different times that will be asked by our own kids. So let us factor in to make an impact, build a good investment portfolio that can help you during your old days. Lastly, most people think buying is expensive. Waiting is more expensive than buying. I read somewhere last week that nature rewards motion. You have to keep going for you to get the money. You have to commit yourself to something for you to be able to raise that particular money. Some of these monies, I sat down with someone and I told them, when we can sit down and do an audit to your own lifestyle, one on the income factor and the expenditure, you realize you have a lot of money that you cannot account for. That money that you cannot account for today ought to be in real estate. That money that you can't account for today ought to be earning you some other monies through the rental income. And we all know in the world, in the entire world, talk about the Trump of this world, talk about everybody that we know of, they have invested big in real estate. And that is why Wilston is here to walk you through the journey of investment in the right way, to make sure that we make the right decision at this prime time of our life for a better tomorrow. We might think maybe we will never get old and maybe not have the ability to work as we are working today. But one time and one factor of life, nature has its own way of shaping things. Right today here, we are talking about investment. 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 9 years ago, we were selling a bungalow at 3.25. See today, after 9 years, we are selling almost similar of that bungalow at 13.85. Time changes, and for sure, you have the opportunity to say, I acted, and now I'm an investor.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Egidio. God bless you so much. Nimeshukuru sana kwa sababu ya kuja. May God bless you so much, na usikue na usiku mwema huko Kenya. I know it's late now, ningekuachilia uende nyumbani, but we'll keep telling our people, hatutachoka Kenyanjui. Ukinihitaji nitakuja niwaambie what you are doing, and until wale wananunua wanunue. Hizi ni nyumba tutapea watu waliamini wakakubali, and you are handing over. Mwenye anataka withdraw, mrudishie pesa zake. Usikubali kuharibiwa jina na deni ya mtu mmoja. Well, else you are building a lot of homes for people. Please, tafadhali.
Absolutely. Asante sana to all our viewers, to all our clients out there. Watch out on all our social media presence, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We are very big everywhere. You have no reason to get information about the company. Don't listen to the hearsays. Call us. Our numbers are all over the internet. Get a one-on-one basis with anybody, any of our staffs, so that you also are in a better informed position about what Wilston is doing and what we are doing. There are so many people, Jeremy, wameniuliza mko na nyumba ready, hazikosangi. You just make that call. If you have liquid money, come, let us do business together, get a home. Even if you're not living in that home, we will rent it out for you. There are other people who will ask, hizo nyumba ziko wapi? Get somebody. If you're outside the country, I've always emphasized that send somebody you trust. Send somebody who can give a view just like a view similar to what you yourself can. So at the end of the day, they'll give you a feedback. Let us do a thorough check of what we have. At the end of the day, get a home or get an investment. More importantly, Jeremy, nimepatana na watu wananiambia mimi nimenunua ploti mingi sana, sitaki kusikia ploti. At the end of the day, you buy an asset so that it can help you tomorrow. You buy an asset today that tomorrow it adds you some more value. Sometimes consolidation can make you a better millionaire. Segregation sometimes can remain you in poverty, having so much that is not helping you at this particular point. And that is why I always emphasize, much as in we also sell plots, I always emphasize a house is better than a plot. I'm not disregarding my other friends who are selling plots, but most importantly, with a house, you get value proposition there and there. You can rent it out, you can lease it out, you can even turn it to an Airbnb. all of these things. And I always say, Wilston is the right shop for you. You know, we have been tried, we've been tested, we've passed through fire, but we're here strong and determined to face the future tomorrow. So you have no reason at whichever capacity not to invest at this particular moment. Don't hold information to yourself. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The friend will tell a friend to tell a friend. Let us make this not just a community factor, but a national wider information that can help you help your neighbor do this. At times when you're doing investment, again, there are people I respect so much that they are very silent on investment. There are people who buy and keep quiet. There are also people who buy and shout it out there. There are others who do not buy but shout the loudest. Choose who you hear from. Choose who you relate with. Choose who you believe. Because at the end of the day, there are those who say I can't buy and they have bought already. I've had case whereby somebody sent a daughter of somebody to go and check for them a property, and at the end of the day, they were discouraged not to buy. But whomever was sent encouraged the mother to buy the property. So whomever was sent, whomever had came up with the first decision to go and see it for me, ended up not owning. And when she came back here, she was very frustrated knowing that the other couple who cheated on them already bought and they denied them a chance to buy. Sometimes get that, faith moves mountain. So for particular reasons that you have to believe in yourself, sometimes come. I always say Jeremy is here. He always flies out. So if you're not able to come back home because of so many other factors considered, believe in yourself. Believe, at least give us the benefit of doubt to do whatever it is that we have to do for you. Thank you very much. Thank you for making Wilston the Wilston it is today. Thank you for always giving us confidence to talk to people and give them their right-free dues in terms of investment. And much more importantly, we mean love. We love you all. We here to build for you and may turn you into landlords and even millionaires and billionaires if possible.
Thank you, Kenyanjui. Asante sana. Na hapo ndio tutafika mwisho, and I will tell you people, my lovely community here in diaspora, if you come from Kenya, umetoka Kisii, umetoka Nyamira, umetoka Nyanza, umetoka huko Kapsapet, this estate you see here is up actually 40 minutes from the airport. Pale Juja kuna bypass na kuweka mpaka airport, sio 40 minutes, I think it's less than that. So you can always talk to them and I will tell you he is delivering. Wachana nao wengine wechukua moja, mbili, tatu. Right now, these are a handover coming. I've been there 5 years. They have handed over 19 estates. So the one coming here is 20 and 21st, 20 and 21 estate, 21 estate. Kama venye utasema. So thank you. Na nyinyi ambao mnaingia America hivi karibuni, mumeingia huko madiaspora. We focus. Siambiwe na mtu ati usiende pale. Mimi nimesikia mingi. I've seen people telling you don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. At the end of the day, wewe unakwama kama wao. Sikubali. Take the advantage. Nunua hiyo nyumba. 2 years, 3 years down the line, ile pesa utapata nyumba yako imeisha, and it's gonna be a gated community whereby you can live when you are in Kenya, when you are not in Kenya, na hakuna mtu atakutoa. Na hakuna mtu atajua ulienda wapi badala ya kurudi kwenu kule Fishoi ama huko kwingine. Anyway, nimeenda nyumbani. Thank you. God bless you. I love you so much. Asante sana watu wa YouTube. Thank you.